Most people stop content creation because they just burn out. I remember that I went so hard with my content creation, but eventually I got to the point where I felt like my creativity was gone. I didn't really want to do it anymore. And there's been periods in my life where I just quit. I just stopped. But I have now been consistent with posting on TikTok, Instagram, and continuing my blogging and Pinterest and all that for over a year straight. Now, I started as a blogger 10 years ago, but throughout the course of those 10 years, I ended up working for other entrepreneurs, other business owners, helping them build their business on the back end. And that took up all of my attention to the point where I never built my own brand. And finally, last year, I was like, this is crazy. I have to build my own brand too for my own business. And I had to figure out a way to make it work while sustaining the work I was doing for my clients and raising 4 kids, homeschooling them, working from home, and also having my husband here, taking care of our home, all those things that you have to do as an adult in this life, unfortunately. And so I had to create systems that were going to help me stay on track and not fall off, not get burnt out, and not lose my creativity. So let me walk through those steps, and hopefully this will help you to become a better content creator. But not only that, enjoy the process more, because honestly, if you're trying to be a content creator and you're hating it, you're miserable, like I say this with love, like just go get a job. If you actually don't like it, then you don't have to do it. But maybe you don't like it because you just don't have the right systems in place. And I get it. Even if you feel like you're doing all the things, you're listening to all the expert advice, you're posting 3 times a day, you've got hooks, you're doing all of these things, the algorithms are like personally attacking you. You're getting like 100 views on a post that you spent hours working on. I've been there. I totally get it. So I'm going to show you how I've gotten past a lot of those things and am making money from my content without burning out. So the first thing is that I am batching my content. Now, I resisted doing this for so long, even though I knew it was a good strategy, but I have ADHD. I mean, I think enough said with that, right? And so now I am working on batching an entire month of content in a single day. That starts with number 1, figuring out a long form or hero piece of content that will then become tons of other pieces of content. But the trick here is that I don't just think of an idea. So like this post right here, it's about, simplifying your content creation, creating systems, not getting burnt out. But I actually went through and I outlined within this piece of content, short form pieces of content. I have little hooks I'm placing in here so that when I go to edit it, like the hook's already there. And so it makes the whole process easier versus when I've tried this in the past for myself and for my clients, if we're not intentional about how we're creating short form content within that larger piece, the short form kind of sucks. I'm just going to be straight up with you. So if you want to make content creation easier by batching your content and using that one big hero piece of content to then become smaller clips that you can spread across the platforms, you have to actually outline it and be intentional. You have to write these hooks. You have to plan out what you're going to say. If you just show up and you just wing it, you may or may not get good short form content out of that long form. So take your time and do the planning. Pro tip, ChatGPT helps a lot. So with this batch creation of 4 different YouTube videos / podcasts that are then going to become other pieces of content, I am thinking ahead of time of how I'm going to repurpose that. So I take 4 videos and turn them into literally hundreds of pieces of content. So here's like a very simple breakdown. I'm going to try and remember all of them, but 4 YouTube videos. For each of these, they also become a podcast. Then they're going to become at least 7 different 1-minute clip videos. Then I'm going to create 7-second trending audio videos with text on screen based on what I talk about in those short form videos. Then we're going to create 7 threads from them. Then I'm going to have a newsletter each week going to my email list, recapping that YouTube video and sending them to that to drive traffic to my YouTube and grow my YouTube channel. What else am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something, but that alone, that's a crap ton of stuff. Oh, carousels for Instagram. stories on Instagram. All of this is going to be pulled and created by me, but repurposing your content doesn't have to take forever either. I have some systems and tools that I use now that make it a ton easier. And now I can actually repurpose intentionally. What do I use? Number one, ChatGPT. ChatGPT will pull and create and give me ideas for content based on that one hero piece of content. So I make one YouTube video, I pull that transcript, and then I give it to ChatGPT and I ask it to go ahead and tell me what other content to create. It'll literally like script it all out based on my actual words, so it sounds like me. There are also tools like Opus. Opus is an AI video editor that you can put your big video into it and it will automatically clip the videos for you. Now, I find that I still have to go in and make some tweaks to them, but it still cuts down on a lot of time versus you going in there and clipping them yourself. However, if you want to be super intentional, if you want to be very exacting in the content that you create, you still will have to go in and clip them yourself. But if you're okay with it being good but not perfect content, then go ahead and use Opus. Totally fine. And it's only like $9 a month. Super cheap. And then I schedule ahead of time as much of the content as I can. However, I schedule it all on the native platforms. So for YouTube, I schedule the YouTube shorts right inside of YouTube. I schedule my longer YouTube videos right inside of YouTube. I schedule my Instagram in Meta Business Suite or on the Instagram app. TikTok's the wild card, okay? I'm going to be straight up with you because I have tried scheduling my TikToks on the desktop app of TikTok. And sometimes it works and sometimes my posts, they just disappear and don't get posted. But if you have one platform that you have to like actually go and post on once a day, twice a day, it's not that big of a deal. Especially because you're going to have all those other pieces of content already scheduled. For actually planning my content, I use Notion along with ChatGPT. But Notion is my favorite app. This is where I created Content HQ, which is a Notion template you can go and grab. I'm also including tons and tons of tutorials and like hooks and content ideas and script ideas and all kinds of stuff inside of Content HQ to help you crush content creation and have a real system that works. But even if you don't grab Content HQ, I still recommend Notion for planning out content. It's kind of like having a souped up spreadsheet mixed with a website, mixed with Trello, mixed with like everything. It's amazing. Sometimes though, you just get into a content rut and like you don't feel like making anything. Your creativity is gone, right? There's a few ways that I deal with this, and you know, some of it comes down to trying to get my creativity back, and other things are about just having the systems in place that even if I'm not feeling creative, I still know what I'm going to put out that day. And so that is the content planning. That is having an editorial calendar, a content calendar. That way, even if I'm not in the mood that day, I don't have to come up with an idea. The idea is already there. I just have to sit down and make it. And, you know, maybe it's not like, and even if the content isn't perfect, it's getting done. And the key to content creation is consistency. Sure, we want every post to be perfect. It's not going to be. It's not. So just make the content, put it out. And if you have a plan, it's going to make it a lot easier. Now, if I do get in a creative slump, usually that means I have to like step back for a minute. So lately I've been feeling a little like creatively unfulfilled. Like I'm creating, but it's not fulfilling creation. And so I've started not opening my social media in the morning until after 9 o'clock. This morning I decided to bake a loaf of bread. I listened to a record. I pulled some tarot cards. And you know what? I feel a lot better. So if you're feeling burnout on content creation, like carve out some time in your day that's like just for you to have fun. Try having fun again. Look, I have 4 kids. I work. Like, I understand. It's like, what's fun? I don't know anymore. But if you don't have fun, you're not going to have your creativity. Have a content calendar, have an editorial calendar, but like how? You understand the concept, but then when you sit down to do it, nothing makes sense. So let me break down how I do this for myself and with my clients. And the first thing is by creating an editorial calendar. I call it the Mean Girls method. So it means that like on Wednesdays we wear pink, or on Wednesdays we do Get Ready With Me. On Friday we do Day in the Life. It just means that like every day has a theme, so that when you go to figure out what actual piece of content goes in there, aka creating your content calendar, it's a lot easier to slide things in and make it make sense. Now, for me, the way that I go about this is I have content pillars. My content pillars are just the themes of what I'm going to talk about. And I've got like, let's see, what do we have here? 4 main themes that I'm going to do here. One is personal growth. One is mompreneur. So it's like how to run a business while you're a mom, content strategy, and blogging. I also have some wild cards in there like behind the scenes or Get Ready With Me's, but those 4 are like the main things that I am creating my hero piece of content, like a YouTube video or a blog post about, that then becomes the inspiration for like TikTok and Instagram content. And so of those 4 content pillars, I create 1 YouTube video for each pillar per month. And then inside of those are short form pieces of content. I try to get 7 pieces of content from each of those videos. That means I have 1 for each day of that week, or I have 1 for each day of that month if you combine all 4 together. And so really, I'm not having to come up with like 28 pieces of content. I'm coming up with 4 pieces of content and then just outlining those 4 pieces of content, and they become at least 28 to 50 or 100 even pieces of content. Here's the thing too. It's a lot more fun to create content when you're actually making money from it. So if you're feeling like you're hitting a brick wall, like let's take a step back and figure out where the money is coming from. Are you an affiliate? Do you have your own products? Do you offer your own services? Okay. If you've made money from any of your posts in the past, any of your content in the past, let's revisit that and make more of it. Because it's going to be more fun to create content if money is coming from the content, right? If you haven't made any money from your content yet, then maybe we need to look at what you're offering and figure out, is it actually aligned with your audience? If it is aligned with your audience, maybe you're just not talking about it in the right way. What are your ideal audience, your ideal clients' pain points, their dreams? What have they tried to solve those things, and what has failed them in the past? And how is what you are offering different? Like actually answer those questions and you're going to start to see a difference. So for example, if I am doing a TikTok shop affiliate video and I'm like, oh, check out this cute outfit. Isn't it cute? Yes, it's so cute. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Sometimes that might work. And especially for people who have like a lot of pretty privilege or a nice face card, like it's going to work better. But for a lot of folks, you got to like go a little deeper than that. So it's not, oh, look at this cute outfit. It's like, you know, I'm sick of feeling like a frumpy mom and I'm ready to glow up. So I wanted to find outfits that were going to make me just feel a little bit more put together, but still be comfortable, and that I'm not going to mind my kid wiping yogurt on. Okay. Like it's a little bit more of hitting on like the real story of what's happening for a mom versus, oh, I just want to look cute. Right. All right. If you're ready to get a little bit deeper with this, if you need more help with planning your content and creating these systems, then grab Content HQ. You can grab it at my link, and I'll see you in the next video.